Alright, match day 3 in the UEFA Champions League. Let's have a look at the 5 main matches, the 5 main highlights, because this match day in the Champions League was absolutely insane. So many goals flying in the vast majority of these games. I've had to leave some pretty big scorelines out, to be quite honest here, but let's dive in with the 5 ones that I've picked out to date for match day 3. And we're going to start with one of the early kickoffs on Tuesday, Barcelona against Olympiacos at the Olympic Stadium. This was a 6-1 victory for Barcelona, but it was actually pretty close for the vast majority of the game. There wasn't that much in it until Olympiacos went down to 10 men. A controversial red card for Heze when it was 2-1 to Barcelona. Fermin Lopez getting a brace in the first half, but Al-Kaabi getting a goal back from the spot for Olympiacos, but literally just a few minutes after that, Olympiacos went down to 10 men and they just couldn't cope. They just could not cope with Barcelona. Rashford with a brace, Yamal scoring one from the penalty spot, and Fermin Lopez completing his hat-trick as well. Barcelona go marching on, Olympiacos very much licking their wounds. They could have maybe scraped a draw out of that if they kept all their players on the pitch, but they did not, so they very much did not get anything out of this game. Also, a team that are struggling right now in general are Bayer Leverkusen. They got absolutely hammered by PSG at home. A 7-2 victory for the Parisians. And again, this was fairly close for a good while, but once the floodgates opened, my word, did they not shut. Pacho got the opening goal after just 7 minutes for PSG, but then Leverkusen were thrown an absolute lifeline by PSG. Ilya Zabrani getting sent off after 37 minutes, just 4 minutes after they went down to 10 men. It was 10 men each. Alex Garcia scored from the penalty spot to equalise for the home side, and it seemed as though Leverkusen had a real chance of getting back into this. But PSG took that equaliser very much personally, because they managed to make it 4-1 before half-time. Doué with a brace and Kvaratskhelia making it 4-1 before the break. Nuno Mendes, Dembele and Vitinha all with second half goals. Garcia got one in the second half, but really it was nowhere near to causing any kind of problems for PSG. 7-2 for PSG. They remain one of the favourites very much at this stage of the competition, and they are top of the Champions League league phase, one of just 4 clubs to remain perfect so far this campaign. And another one of those is Arsenal, because they absolutely swept Atletico Madrid aside. Again, I keep saying this about these games. This was a fairly tight game in the first half. Arsenal very much the team on top, and they should have been ahead going into half time without a doubt. I think was it Eze who nearly scored from a volley that came off a shot that hit the post. They were peppering that goal, but Atletico Madrid remained firm and it was 0-0 at half time. But again, once the floodgates opened here, they just absolutely did not shut. 4 goals in 13 minutes in the second half to give Arsenal a 4-0 victory. Victor Gyökeres, the man who apparently can't score, getting 2 goals. Gabriel Martinelli getting 1, and Gabriel Magalhaes as well with 1-2. Scoring from set pieces, scoring from open play. Arsenal are absolutely firing on all cylinders, are the Gunners after that. A brilliant victory for the North London side. Let's move to the Wednesday matches now and talk about another London side, not the North London Reds, the West London Blues. Chelsea, as they absolutely gave some high fives out to Ajax Amsterdam of the Netherlands. An all-change side for Chelsea, but not change in terms of the scoreline. Ajax managing to get their first goal of the Champions League campaign this season, but a 5-1 loss is it's not really what they would have wanted, to be honest with you. And they didn't really help themselves either. Chelsea were well on top in this one, and they deserved their victory. Ajax scoring from the penalty spot, their only shot on target of the entire match. Wout Weghorst with the goal there. That's a name you may remember from his time at Manchester United and Burnley, among others. But yeah, Ajax didn't really help themselves with this one. Kenneth Taylor getting sent off after just 17 minutes. The VAR review had a look at it. It was initially a yellow card, I believe, from the referee, but eventually when they looked at the monitor, they realised, that's a high tackle, that's an ankle breaker, off you go son, early bath for you. Mark Gui then scored pretty much straight away after that to give the Blues the lead. Caicedo with an absolute screamer, Enzo Fernandez from the penalty spot, Estevao also from the penalty spot as well. I mean, what a penalty that was from the young man. I think Mark Gui did make himself the youngest ever Champions League scorer for Chelsea during this game, and then Estevao broke that record later in in the game just 30 minutes or so after that. Tyreek George rounded off the scoring for Chelsea. 5-1 victory. They are absolutely flying. Crisis? What crisis? Their crisis is very much over after a result like that. Also, crisis over, it seems, for Liverpool as well. Another 5-1 victory for a Premier League side, this time away from home against an Eintracht Frankfurt side that either love scoring 5 goals or conceding them. Their 3 matches so far, they've either scored 5 goals or conceded them. Unfortunately for them, they were on the receiving end of those 5 goals this time. But they did take the lead in this one. It did look like it was going to be an awkward one for Liverpool. Christensen scoring with their only shot on target in the entire match. Liverpool absolutely battered Frankfurt, whether it was from the set pieces, whether it was from open play. They could have and should have probably scored more. It could have easily been 6, 7 or 8. Florian Wirtz not getting a goal, that's the one thing you would say would be a bit disappointing for him, but he was excellent in this game, very much shutting the critics up, I am sure, at least for a couple days anyway. But yeah, Ugo Ekitike scoring the equaliser against his old side. Virgil van Dijk getting a goal before half-time. Konate getting a goal before half-time, both from the corner. Gakpo with a goal and Szoboszlai as well. So yeah, Liverpool high fives in Frankfurt for the Reds. But yeah, honestly, this match day in the Champions League was absolutely mental. I'm not sure if it's broken a record for the number of goals in a match day, but some of the games I didn't go into. Newcastle beat Benfica 3-0. PSV beat Napoli 6-2. Inter Milan beat USG 4-0. Dortmund beat Copenhagen 4-2. So many massive scorelines for around Europe. Absolutely crazy. Bayern won 4-0 as well against Club Brugge. I mean, God, absolute insanity. But yeah, that's the Champions League. That's why we love it. We got the Europa League and the Conference League coming up tonight on Thursday night. But yeah, let me know what you think about this match day, guys. It's very much showing how good this new league format is. And I'm sure it's got its critics. I understand, it's more games, but I love it. I absolutely love this new format. I think it's so much better than the old group stages where you pretty much knew how it was going to go before a ball was even kicked. This is absolutely wide open. It's insanity, but it's beautiful. I love it. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world today, and we'll see you soon for much more football content here on thefootballchronicle.com.